Hi again, this is Jennifer Holtz, author of Four Rubbings, the YA novel, coming at you on New Year's Eve. And there's a 1 in 365 chance that I'm not reaching you. You haven't found this vlog on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day when we're all talking about change. I'm sorry, that's my dog. He likes to bark at the neighbors. Anyway, but so what? So what? You've missed New Year's. You can't make the big resolution. I actually don't think you should make resolutions on New Year's because it's empty. Any day is a good day to make a fresh start or decide to make a change. So if you're about to lose yourself a bad habit or try for a solid goal or change your outlook on something, I'm here to cheer you on. So like always, I did a little research and to help both of us, you and me. So I found the first thing from My Yoga Online. Gabrielle Harris tells us about the Buddhist lamas. They actually wear ruts in the stones from trying to perfect certain yoga poses over the course of decades. And she tells this story to remind us that big change takes time, lots of time. Change happens slowly. And like when I am a mom, and when my kids were growing, I'd see them every day, and I never saw how they were growing until a relative, somebody hadn't seen for a few months, said, God, they're gigantic. Because it's so gradual. Change is so gradual. If you're around it every day and trying for something new every day, it doesn't seem like you're reaching your goal. So I would recommend, going hand in hand with what Gabrielle Harris said, is to journal it. You can have a little journal, a little notebook that you keep near your bed to write down some thought, a sentence, a word for every day that you're reaching for a goal, or use your smartphone, and most of them have the Notes app, and you can just jot down a note so that you can look back over the course of the day before, a week before, a month before, or 6 months before, just to see how far you've come. Also from Miss Harris, she says to be clear about your goal. Be as specific as possible and set your intentions. So I'm going to give you my personal example. Something I've wanted for myself for a couple years now is that I intend to start losing weight today. I'm doing this. She says to be specific. It's not just I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight to have more energy and feel healthier, because she says that is more of a substantial goal that I will actually go for. Which brings me to tip number 3, which is set your goal for yourself, not for someone else. It's easy to want to set a goal, especially when you're a teen, maybe to impress somebody of the opposite sex or the same sex, depends, or to get your parents off your back, or whatever, for whatever reasons. And that's really sweet that you want to do that, but the truth is those are empty goals. Those goals won't be achieved. It's got to be something you want for yourself first, and then let the reaction of other people be a happy side effect. Okay, let's try that. So number 4 is confide your goal in someone else. Someone that you trust. Don't just pick anybody. Do not lay your treasure at somebody else's feet that doesn't deserve it. Find that person that doesn't laugh at you and really believes in you and sees you at your best. Remember, we talked about your best reflection of yourself may not necessarily be your parent. It may not be a sibling. It may not even be your best friend. So I'm encouraging you to go ahead and confide that goal in someone you trust. You know how to make that decision. And gosh, if you're really lucky, find somebody that's aiming for the same goal, and so you guys can support each other. An example of that is if you really want to raise your grades, to maybe you're thinking toward college and you really want to get in, and the time is now to raise those grades. If you can, find somebody else that you like and respect, and maybe they share the same goal, and you guys can encourage each other. You can say, please check in with me, call me, text me, ask me how I'm doing in my classes. Say, instead of meet up and go play basketball, meet me at the library and maybe we can study together. And then ask, do the same thing for you. Give them the same gift. Check in with them, check on their progress. And then lastly, I think it's lastly, forgive yourself just right ahead of time. Forgive yourself. You're going to screw up. You're going to slip. You're going to forget. You're going to go back to your old habit. And just remember what Gabrielle told us. It's a long-term thing. Don't give up on yourself. Give yourself the day. Say, I really screwed up. So what? Keep it in mind that you're doing this over the course of your life. And then wake up reinvigorated tomorrow. And I think that wasn't finally. I think the last one is... Oh, I wanted to make the note that I think you probably understand that this is not advice. It's okay to slip up if you're a drug addict. That you need a professional on board with you. Find a doctor, somebody that you trust, to guide you through that, so that you have every advantage to taking over that addiction and cleaning yourself up. And I am cheering you on too, but that's a very different conversation. Finally, I thought this was great advice from WikiHow. They said, think about the roadblocks you're about to face before you face them. So for me, it's food. And if I go out to dinner, I'm going to want to order the worst thing possible for myself. And so I need to picture myself ordering something good for me, like a salad, and how good it'll feel to eat something really good for me and how much energy I'll get from that. So if you truly picture your roadblock and it is a doozy and you have an awful reaction to it, go ahead and rewind that tape, rewrite the outcome that you want to have, and then play it back in your head a few times so that you actually believe it. So good luck to you, and good luck to me, I guess. And as always, I'd love to hear how you're doing. And until next time, take care. Thanks.